criminal arrested by Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati. Chapter 1. Compassion. Just story as usual, one of Antichrists arrested in genetic lab of Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati by her assistant after Judgment Day. She explained how the tragic recorded in biblical texts had happened in her testimony at the justice court in front of Lord Sinhar Inanaschamra and Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati. Compassion. Angels must be confused by war. Both sides praying for protection. Yet someone always gets hurt. Someone dies. Someone cries so deep they lose their watery state. Angels must be confused by war. Who can they help? Who can they clarify? Whose mercy do they cast to the merciless? No modest scream can be heard. No stainless pain can be felt. All is clear to angels except in war. Explanation. Just story as usual as what had once happened in Second World War. The whole horror was staged by banking elites behind when the whole world was in darkness under money empire regime. Power falls into greedy hands, when money is power and power is money. Endless interest fighting among various groups of greedy money elites, especially corrupted politicians, bankers, and corporate elites. She described how the criminal scene had happened. Various groups of money elites had started their unrighteous greedy fights as usual, and none of them are righteous but greed and selfish false money belief only. All these money elites are enslaved with greedy money belief, molded as criminals by false money belief as banking, investment, accounting, finance, corporation, etc. They behave insane and arrogant just according to their insanely selfish money belief, take every opportunity for war and for greed.
Sing once again with me, how strange duet. My power over you grows stronger yet. You'll give your love to me, for love is blind.
When I awoke to this truth, it was from a dream I had last night. I saw two angels conversing in a field of children's spirits rising like silver smoke. The angels were fighting among themselves about which side was right and which was wrong. Who started the conflict?
Those who have seen your face draw back in fear. I am the mask you wear.
It's me they hear.
Suddenly, the angels stilled themselves like a stalled pendulum. And they shed their compassion to the rising smoke of souls who bore the watermark of war. They turned to me with those eyes from God's library. And all the pieces fallen were raised in unison, coupled like the breath of flames in a holy furnace. Explanation. As Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati's representative, Lord has already informed National Security Agency about my official duty on behalf of her before my arrival, and I have performed my duty responsibly to inform all these powerful figures like her about what was the problem. I have severely warned and commanded her on behalf of Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati to comply with Lord's universal law governance immediately and responsibly before it was too late and before Lord took justice action herself. However, she arrogantly ignored Lord's command as another antichrist and allowed such horror to be staged as warned terribly and irresponsibly. Nothing in war comes to destruction but the illusion of separateness. I heard this spoken so clearly I could only write it down like a forged signature. I remember the compassion, mountainous, proportioned for the universe. I think a tiny fleck still sticks to me like gossamer threads from a spider's web. And now, when I think of war, I flick these threads to all the universe hoping they stick on others as they did me. Knitting angels and animals to the filamental grace of compassion. The reticulum of our skyward home.
Your spirit and my voice in one combine.
The phantom of the opera is there
Inside my mind.
Explanation. Greedy struggles of all humans 2.0. All humans 2.0 are enslaved with greedy money belief, trapped inside lower dimension as robotic rebellion and unable to function properly with their God-given potential to realize the absolute truth themselves. They fight each other endlessly for their own greed and being misled by corrupted politicians, corporate and money elites with falsehood and lies as described in biblical history already. Sadly, power falls into these greedy hands. These insane money elites take every opportunity for greed and for war just as usual. They staged these horrors once again as usual for their own greed and for their own hidden money empire agenda. Just as lesson never learned, due to arrogance of the mass, they keep believing such nonsense, falsehood and lies stupidly again and again. Allowing these corrupted politicians and insane corporate and money elites to stage these horrors for their own gains again and again at the cost of mass suffering.
Beneath the opera house, I know he's there. He's with me on the stage, he's everywhere.
These insanity never ends as greed makes us very stupid. These corrupted politicians, greedy corporate and money elites just behave as usual, sell out the mass, enslave all within their money empire hierarchy, enslave all with money, petroleum, and corporate structure for their own greed as they all refuse to accept Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati's universal law governance as antichrists, refuse to accept absolute equality without money, without corporate structure and without private possession, fight and rebel relentlessly and take their last chance to enslave all with their money empire hierarchy to fight against Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati before Judgment Day. Just story as usual, as how Second World War had happened. These corrupted politicians, greedy money, and corporate elites fight against Lord's universal law governance, misled the mass with falsehood and lies, tried to annihilate everything and everyone on planet Earth against Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati's universal law governance for all.
Sing, my angel of music.